We have to have a more transparent Prime Minister's questions, or First Minister's questions, or Mayor's questions, or whatever. Whether it's 50% of renewables per capita, or whether it's 50%, it really doesn't matter. The reason for the question is that we are worried about the reality, and finding a clever verbal response that hides the reality is not answering the question. It's simply ducking the responsibility. And the First Minister and the Prime Minister and the Mayor and the various mayors of various cities around the UK, their job is to take responsibility for the situation at the time, not to mask that responsibility with clever words, not to waste civil servants' time trying to find clever words to duck responsibility. So it doesn't matter whether this is language employed on the spur of the moment, or whether it's language which has been concocted by civil servants wasting their time, blah, blah, blah. This is not the job of the question time. It's not the job. And if a minister is not on the ball, yeah. In the same way, ministers who use inappropriate language, like invasion, ministers who fail to abide by the conventions of the House, and who fail to correct the record. Yeah, that's important as well, but lying underneath the failure to correct the record, lying underneath the conventions of the House, lying underneath the ministerial questions is a concept of responsibility, and that is sorely lacking across our political spectrum. Whether that is Conservative, they're in power at the moment, so they are chief offenders. Whether it is SNP in Scotland, again, same issue. Whether it is the Labour Party in Wales, same issue. Or whether it's the opposition in the UK or in Scotland or wherever, same issue. A lack of responsibility, a desire to play around with words rather than ideas and rather than reality. We need to be addressing reality, not addressing some sort of rhetoric, and not locked into some sort of political party ideology. We need to focus on what is good for the country. So if Keir Starmer has a better idea about dealing with migration than Suella Braverman, I think it's the job of the Prime Minister to embrace that. And a failure to do so is a failure to deal with reality.